Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday of love. It is early for a vlog today. It is currently 1:26 p.m. It is very early because I have to get ready for this wedding, and then I have to get an Uber to the wedding. I gotta put the time together. I've done this like 3 times today in my head. I've been like, so I don't want to get there late and like be walking in and being like, hi, I'm here at the wedding. The wedding starts at 4:30, the ceremony. So I have to be there at 4 o'clock. I'm probably 20 minutes from there, but I'm gonna give myself a half an hour to get there, which means I've got to leave here no later than 3:30. Which means, and I know when I say this, people will be like, why don't you schedule your Uber? Because I just don't. Because if something happens at the last minute, then I don't want an Uber waiting. So anyway, which means I need to schedule my Uber at 3:15, which means I have to be like ready, have the dogs done and taken outside, and I have to have everything done, dressed, bag ready to go and everything at 3:15. Which means I need to start getting ready here no later than, I trimmed my beard yesterday and shaved, so all I have to do is take a shower and do my hair. You can still see my hair kind of from last night. Don't look too bad, does it? After having slept on it. Anyway, so all I have to do is shower, put my suit on. I'm not wearing a sweater. It's not that cold, first of all. But I think I have a feeling I'm gonna get this suit on. I don't know why I have this feeling. I have a feeling I'm gonna get this suit on and it's gonna feel very Eastery. It's like the tie is like green and blue, and then the shirt is like little checks. I just feel like it's gonna look like too much color. I don't know why. So I may at the last minute decide to change it, but I've got everything. Well, if I change it, I'll probably just wear just a plain tie with it. But anyway, so yeah, it'll probably just take me like a half an hour to get ready to like shower and do my hair and put my suit on and stuff like that. So I've got to start getting ready no later than 2:30. Which means I have just about an hour to vlog right now. So anyway, how are you guys doing? Happy Saturday. I wanted to make sure that I definitely got a vlog up today though. I've been kind of just like laying around. I probably could have done some other videos and stuff, but I am so tired today. So we got home last night. I think we got home because Alex asked me, he's like, do you want to watch RuPaul's Drag Race tonight? He was tired. He wanted to watch Love Island, and he's like, I can save Love Island until tomorrow night or Sunday. I said no. I said I want to take a nap anyway. So took the dogs out and stuff like that, and then went inside, posted the vlog. It wasn't like uploaded enough when we left to have it scheduled to go up at 9:30. So I posted the vlog. I think it was like 10:30, 10:40, something like that. I don't remember when I posted it. Anyway, and then I went upstairs to lay down. I really don't know what's going on. I mean, like, I'm not getting tons of sleep, and I don't, like, right now I don't feel tired, but I have felt tired most of the day. I think it's a lot about being around people. I notice that, like, when I go out and I do anything, like, whether it's a dinner or going to a meeting, or, like, last night I was, like, around a lot of people, I just feel completely drained when I come home. And I always kind of have felt that way in my life. And, like, I really had a great time last night. It was nothing about that. It wasn't like, oh my god, these people drained my energy. No, I had a great time last night. It was really fun. I just am not, like, always, like, on, like, talking to people. I mean, I know you guys will be like, well, you film videos. This is, like, talking to a camera. It's not, like, you know, like, being around, you know, it's, like, a lot. Like, there's a lot of noise and stuff going on. And it kind of drains my energy. So I laid down last night. Well, I read for a little bit on my Kindle. And then I laid down. I think it was like right at 11, because I knew I wanted to get up and watch some TV, because Alex was like, are you going to bed for the night? Or I was like, no, because he had to be at the wedding thing today. He's been posted. They all were, like, the colors are black and burgundy. So they're all wearing burgundy pajamas today. So he left here. He had his Uber come pick him up, I think at about 10:30 or something like that. He was all excited about it. He was in his silk pajamas and stuff like that. He came over and gave me a kiss, and we were talking about Valentine's Day and stuff. He put up a real nice post for me for Valentine's Day. I put up one for him too. So anyway, he was like, are you gonna go? are you going to sleep through the night, or are you going to get up and watch TV? And I said, no, I want to get up and watch some TV. I really wanted to watch Marty Supreme last night, or a true crime. I was really, really in the mood to watch a true crime. And Nikki and I were texting while I was at the rehearsal dinner last night, and I was like, find a good true crime for us to watch. Well, I really thought that, like, I would get up at 12:30. You guys, I was out. Like, I woke up at, like, because when I woke up, I, like, I kind of, like, shook, and it woke Alex up. And, he was like, are you just getting up right now? And it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is, like, I've done this, like, twice this week. And the dogs just slept right next to me, but as soon as I was up, then they were, like, frisky and wanting to get up and stuff like that. So I got up and I took them downstairs, but I knew I didn't want to go to bed any later. That I like to be in bed now by, like, no later than 5, and then read for, like, 20 or 30 minutes or so. Sometimes it's, like, an hour, and then fall asleep. You know, it's interesting, I was thinking about this last night with the reading in bed. As you get older, you kind of return to some of the things that you did, like, in your childhood. Like, when I was a kid, I read a lot in bed, like, as I would go to bed. Like, that was one of the things. I can see it next to my, like, in my little table next to my bed, that I would have, like, little books stacked on it, you know? And I would always read before I went to bed. But I haven't been a nighttime reader in a long time. You know, when I was having problems sleeping and whatever, falling asleep, which, incidentally, I haven't had a problem falling asleep in forever. Like, that's maybe every other week or every 30 weeks or something like that, I struggle kind of falling asleep. I don't know. Somebody on here will probably be like, well, you just said last Tuesday. I don't feel like it happens as often as it used to. Like, back in the day, it was all the time I would talk about it. And I don't take anything to help me fall asleep anymore. And sometimes, to be honest with you, like, I try to kind of, like, slow down on the caffeine intake late at night and not drink, like, a cup of coffee before I go to bed. Like, I usually try to, like, stop and drink herbal tea or water, but sometimes I do drink a cup of coffee, like, right up until I go to bed, and then fall asleep right like that. The reading of the book, first of all, it's just so cozy to me, but I love to get in bed, and the last thing I do before I fall asleep is read from my Kindle. I never thought that I would be that person. People for years have been like, well, read while you're in bed, and then it'll help you fall asleep. I'm like, no, because then I would get so into a book. It's kind of interesting what I do. So I usually read, like, a chapter from, like, 3 books before I fall asleep. And I try to pick the last book to be something that's, like, where it kind of ends at night. So then I'm, like, in my head, like, as I'm falling asleep. Does anybody else do this? Like, imagining, like, you know, the one that I read last night. So I'm reading, I can't remember what the one was called, the first one that I read. They're called Cozy Apocalyptic books. I mean, I don't have to sip of this coffee first. I need a cup of coffee. This is the Cafe Bustelo Dark Roast. I think this might be my new favorite Cafe Bustelo. You know, let me just tell you about the brand Cafe Bustelo. You know, I started on the Espresso Roast, which is just, I thought that was, I didn't really know that they had a bunch of different, you know, flavors or roasts or whatever. And then I got the one, like the con leche one. I would say that's probably my least favorite of it, because I'm not a big, like, latte person. I mean, I like creamer in my coffee sometimes, but not always. But that one's really good, too. It doesn't taste like the one-step lattes that I've gotten, you know, like the gingerbread ones and whatever. Those are pretty, like, sweet. Like, those kind of taste similar to me as, like, the ones that you would get at, like, the gas station, or, you know, if you're, I don't know, McDonald's or something like that. But I like them, but I'm not in the mood for them all the time, you know? I was going to have a sip of this coffee. Hold on. I didn't realize Cafe Bustelo had all these different flavors. They have the light roast. I really like the light roast. I like all of them. I would say in order, the dark roast now is probably my current favorite. And then it would go down to, the dulce de leche is so good. But it's a little sweeter. I mean, it's not super sweet, like, at all, but it's a little bit. It's like, this tastes like, this reminds me of, like, coffee 3 o'clock in the morning from the gas station. Like, that's why I like it. It's so strong. That's a little bit lighter. And then I think I would probably go with just the basic Cafe Bustelo, and then the light roast, and there's, like, 3 that I haven't tried. But anyway, I've looked around to find the decaf Cafe Bustelo. I guess it's, like, the coffee grounds, like, not in a K-pod. I can't find it. I mean, I'm sure I could order it online, but I'm probably, the thing about it too is that I'm not real likely to make a pot of decaf, because I usually at night, if I drink decaf, I have, like, a cup, maybe a half of another cup, but, like, that's about as much decaf as I drink a night. The Tim Hortons, I really, really like their decaf coffee. But anyway, so yeah, so I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I really did think, like, I know it's funny to people when I say sleep through the night, but like my relaxation time is from like 12 to 6 a.m. Like that's when I'm not focused on trying to get a video up. I'm not focused on returning phone calls to people. I'm not focused on, you know, like, the dogs are laying down next to me. It's my time to just, like, read, watch TV, watch a movie, something like that. It's, like, my relaxation time, you know? And so I know it's crazy when I say that to people. They're like, why wouldn't you just sleep through the night? But that's really, like, my time to relax. And I'm really protective of that time, you know? But I did think last night, I was like, well, maybe you should just go to sleep early. The problem is if I did that, I probably would have gotten up at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and then by the time that I had to leave for the wedding, I would be so tired. And I don't really know, like, we haven't really talked a whole lot about the last 2 weddings. They've all gone out afterwards. I don't know if that's the plan for this wedding or not. That will not be the plan for Peter. I mean, Otis and Walter are an excellent excuse to have to bow out for things like that, but I just don't want to go to, like, some local little bar and just, like, hang out for hours afterwards. They didn't last night, so I have a feeling they might not tonight. Like, I kind of thought they were, like, going to last night, but because we were in downtown Noblesville, which is really, really cute. And so I thought they're going to want to, like, go somewhere, and nobody did. I was kind of surprised. We just all left the restaurant at the same time together, which was really nice. But, oh, so anyway, Alex was like, do you want to watch RuPaul's Drag Race? And I said, which he always is like, we watch it like the next day, because it's like then all the spoilers are out. I was like, no, and I try not to watch the spoilers of RuPaul's Drag Race, but honestly, this season, I'm not so invested in any one person. I mean, I like the show, but I'm not that invested in any one person that it would be that spoiled for me, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, babe, you watch Love Island, I'm gonna lay down and take a nap. And I crashed out. So I woke up at like 3. I'm kind of not really into any of my shows that I'm watching right now. Well, okay, so I mean, there's the shows that Alex and I watch with each other through the week. And then there's the shows that I watch to cover on my channel, like Suddenly Amish, 1,000 Pound Sisters. But I take notes when I watch those. So when I say that to people, they're like, okay, but it's like, honestly, it's like this. I'm like taking notes, pausing the show. Okay, what did she say? Rewind. It's not like just sitting there and watching a show. So I usually reserve that for like the first show I watch, like on a Sunday night or Monday night. I'm behind on 1,000 Pound Sisters, and I've been behind for like, I keep on trying to catch up. So I think Monday I'm going to do, and I haven't watched Love After Lockup either. I think Monday I'm going to do 1,000 Pound Sisters from last week. It's interesting because last year I posted them like exactly the day after, and people in the UK would say they don't show it over here till later in the week, so can you wait to post it? Then I think I'm going to post Suddenly Amish on Tuesday, and then Love After Lockup on Wednesday, and then hopefully maybe get back on track a little bit with it. Sister Wives, in case anybody cares, Sister Wives was an incredibly difficult show to take notes on, because if I didn't get like a specific quote that they said exactly right, I would get 3 comments from people that would say that's not what Christine said. Christine didn't say she's angry that her kids are moving to North Carolina. Christine said she's disappointed. And so like if I didn't like get it exactly right, like, and so I was really specific. 1,000 Pound Sisters and Suddenly Amish. I mean, I could watch Suddenly Amish, honestly, and not take notes. There's just stuff that happens. The show is so scripted and so contrived. I mean, it's come out now. Like, if you're watching it, Emma wasn't even Amish before she, like, came to live with James. Like, she had already, like, left the Amish community. So apparently she came back for the TV show. She's got, like, fingernails on it. Things I'm not catching that people are sending to me is really interesting. So I like the show. It's fun to watch. It's messy. But it's poorly done. I mean, it's really poorly done. 1,000 Pound Sisters, I enjoy taking notes on that. But part of it is they speak so fast. And part of taking the notes is like, I mean, none of this is hard. Like, can you imagine? Oh, what do you do? What's your job? I take notes on reality TV shows. I mean, I love it, right? But like, it's not just like I'm sitting there, like I'm taking notes. And then I kind of crack up sometimes. And not to mention that like the autocorrect, okay? Like I'm constantly having to read. Anyway. So I wasn't going to watch one of those shows last night, but I'm not really into any of the shows that I'm watching right now. Like usually I've got a show that like I'm binging, and so I really wanted to watch a true crime last night. Well, or Marty Supreme. But by the time that I got the dogs like settled and everything like that, it was like 3:40 in the morning, and I was like, okay, I want to be upstairs by like no later than 5:15. And I was like, That's Marty Supreme's too long, because I was going to run it, the movie, and I was like, okay, well, I'll watch an episode of Vera. I am really into Vera, but the episodes are an hour and a half long. So I was like, I'm not going to watch, like, I'm not going to finish an episode. So I went into Sherwood. So I'm on the second season of Sherwood. It's okay. I mean, the acting of Sherwood is fantastic. The show is really, really good. It's just a slow burn show. I mean, it's always like a murder mystery, but there's so much more to it than that. Like, it's the whole background of the town. It's coming out with the third season. Tanya said the second season was better than the first season. I like the show. It's just a slow burn. Like, it's a really slow show. I wanted something that was, like, fast and binge. I'm thinking about the new season of The Night Agent is coming out. I've never watched The Night Agent before. What's the other one? The Night Manager? That's on Prime. Has anybody watched either one of those? What's your take on that? Do you think I'd like it? So anyway, so I was on, I think, episode 1 of season 2 of Sherwood, and I had like 20 minutes left, and I finished it, and I started episode 2, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I need something more exciting. So I went to The Burbs. I'm like on episode 5 of The Burbs, and whatever episode I'm on, it's where they meet the wife. That's all I'll say. Okay. So, and she's got the long white nightgown on. It won't ruin it for you if you have no clue what I'm talking about, because there's no way you could guess it. So anyway, it's that episode. So I finished that episode, and then I went into the next episode. It's just really slow, too. I'm like, I want something so binge-worthy that I just, like, I cannot stop. Like, I watch so many shows that if it's not completely binge-worthy, that I get bored real quick of it. So, but I do, like, Sherwood's 6 episodes, I'm on the 2nd episode. So last night when I was going to bed, I was like, I just need to finish The Burbs, and I need to finish Sherwood, and then go on to something else. Because if I stop it now, there was something I was going to almost start last night on Netflix. I was like, if I stop it now, then I probably won't come back and finish it. And that's what happens with a lot of these shows, is that I end up not coming back and finishing them. I've been good about that, well, since I started the TV channel. But I have so many shows that, like, I haven't even reviewed yet. Like, Steel. I mean, I haven't reviewed Malice. I watched it, like, a month ago. I don't think I reviewed it. But anyway, so I'm looking for, if you have something out there that's really, really binge-worthy, let me know. I mean, I know I'm the one with the TV channel, but... Somebody said something about Olympics. I've been, like, on YouTube, I've watched some of the Olympics. I've watched some of the skating stuff. The figure skating, I almost said ice skating. Do we call it? The figure skating is really the only thing I'm really that interested in. I don't really understand any of. I've never been, like, here's the thing. I've never been an Olympics person. Like, never. Like, and whenever I say that to, like, friends of mine, they're like, really? Like, I can't get away from the TV. I've never been an Olympics person. My mom liked to watch the Olympics. My dad, not so much, but my mom was an Olympics person. I would watch some of the figure skating back in the day. But, like, I remember when, like, the Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan stuff happened. I didn't even know who they were at that time. Like, I don't... There's been some people that, like, I've kind of, like, followed through the years and knew who they were. But, like, I don't... Do you know what's really funny that I say that? Is that, you know what made-for-TV movie... I've talked about this on here before. That I became obsessed with when I was a little kid. I don't know what year it came out with. But it was the Nadia Comaneci story. I was, like, obsessed with that movie. I think I had it recorded, like, on VCR or Betamax tape. And I would just, like, watch it over and over and over again. I was real into, when I was a kid, there was, like, a Disney movie where they came across, I mean, this is so bizarre that we, like, the Berlin Wall is down, like, when I was growing up as a kid. Like, that was such a fascinating thing for me, the wall, you know, between East and West Germany. Like, that was such a fascinating thing for me when I was growing up as a kid. And, like, people defecting from other countries. I was, like, really kind of... I wouldn't say weirdly obsessed, but as a kid, like, that was something I was, like, really interested in. Like, I liked to read books about it and stuff like that. I can't remember what the book was. There was, like, a really famous... Remember the Caldecott book winners? I loved reading the Caldecott. Was it Caldecott? I remember reading a book, and it was about a boy and his family defecting. And then there was, like, a Disney movie. Why can't I remember what it was called? I feel like it had something to do with, like, balloons or something. Something in the night. Anyway. But I love that Nadia Comaneci, that made-for-TV movie. I love that back in the day. Here comes Pool Crew Lady number 1's husband. By the way, feel like people are messing with my head. I feel like people are trying to drive me crazy. No, for real, I feel like you are trying to drive me crazy. Here's the thing. So I talked about this in my drama video yesterday, and like, it was no joke, okay? I think I might have talked about it over here. I thought that was her husband, but he didn't pull in the driveway. He's the only one that has that car in this entire driveway, or in this entire neighborhood. So I don't know where he went. But anyway, I was talking about this on my drama video. Okay, so we were sitting in, I was like at the computer. Alex was watching some show the other day, and we were talking. He had like Spartacus paused or whatever. And I took he thinks it's hilarious when I do this. I took my fan and I went, shimmer. Because my friend back in the day that was on the front of Baton magazine, she would teach us, like, when we were in high school, like, we'd be, like, out in somebody's yard drinking. And she'd, like, teach us all these, like, she had kept a baton in her car. I don't know why. Was it her that kept it? Oh, no, our friend was, like, in flags. And so she had, like, this practice baton. So she would teach us, our friend that would teach us things. She wasn't, like, in baton in high school and stuff like that. Also, when I grew up, I wanted to be the golden girl from Purdue. I don't even know anything about Purdue. My parents were total IU fans, but the golden girl at Purdue was the one that led the marching band, and she wore like an all-gold outfit. Oh my God, I was obsessed with her. I saw her like at one football game, and I was like, oh my God, I want to be the golden girl when I grow up. I also wanted to be a Rockette, because I could kick real high. I know this is so silly that I'm just throwing these random things out here, but these were like people that I would like idolized when I was a kid. You wonder how I turned into this. Oh my God, Sandra Bernhard is going to be on the next season of White Lotus. Do you have any idea, if I had to tell you like one celebrity that has probably had the biggest impact in my life, like of who I am today? Well, now, like when I was in high school, everybody called her Sandra Bernhard. David Letterman, Madonna, everybody. But now apparently she goes by Sandra Bernhard. I don't know, I always call her Sandra Bernhard. But anyway, Sandra Bernhard probably is the single #1 celebrity that has ever had the biggest impact on my life. I know people probably think it's like Stevie Nicks and stuff like that, but it's Sandra Bernhard. I remember watching, I share them every once in a while on my Instagram because I follow like the Sandra Bernhard fan account and stuff like that. Her interviews with David Letterman are legendary. Like, they're absolutely legendary. But she was at that time like best friends with Madonna. There was one episode where she came out there and they were both like in white t-shirts and jeans rolled up and like black Doc Martens. And then she did like 10 interviews on there. And then she did a one-woman show. Her movies are not great, I will say that. Like, what's the one she did with Bruce Willis? Hudson Hawk, I think it's called. Not great. There was another one that she did. Oh, what was it called? It was like in Vegas. It was just a couple famous people. It wasn't great either. But her stand-up shows are fantastic. And she did a one-woman show. This would have been when I was in a junior or senior in high school, and it was called Without You, I'm Nothing. And I had the tape cassette, and I had it memorized. Like, my friends, I would drive them crazy. Like, when we would, like, drive around, like, that's all I would listen to. And I knew the whole thing by heart. It ends on, like, Prince's Little Red Corvette. It's fantastic. Well, they turned it into a movie. The movie was really, really bad. But two of my friends, okay, my friend that went to IU and then moved back up here, and then my other friend, Heather, that I talked about recently, they went to go see her. I was on a vacation with my dad or something like that, and they went to go see her at IU. They have this on tape. I think I have the tape, probably in my basement, because they recorded it. So they went up to have her sign, like, my tape of it, and she said to the audience, she was like, why isn't Peter here, or something like that, and they said, oh, he's on vacation with his dad, or something like that, because they went to go see her, like, at the auditorium in Bloomington or whatever. And she said something like, she goes, well, you can tell Peter to go fuck himself, or something like that, because he didn't come here to see me in person, and you can hear the audience laugh and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, when I was in high school, like, I had pictures of her, like, hanging in my locker. It was her confidence, her, like, being able to laugh at herself, her ability to turn her insecurities into strengths. That I don't even know that I would have known to put those words to it at that age, but it just was this, like, she could just laugh at herself, you know, like, and very much, I think, in the same way, to some degree, I mean, completely different talent, obviously, but in some way the same way that, like, I think Janis Joplin could. Like, when I would see those interviews with Janis Joplin, and she would, you know, when Dick Cavett asked her if she went to the prom, and she's like, you know, no, and he's like, why not? She goes, because nobody asked me. And she's like, and I've been singing the blues ever since. You know, it's just like that ability to, like, laugh at yourself and your own insecurities. Like, there's a magic to that, I think. I'm not talking about to I think when it's everything and you don't take anything seriously, I think then it crosses a line of that's just how I deal with everything. But I think when you have the ability to not become the joke but fall into the joke and you realize your own stupidity, like, there's a magic in that. And I think, like, I learned it from Sandra Bernhardt. Like, she taught me that. Like, I mean, like, David Letterman would poke fun at her, and then she'd, like, defend herself, and then she'd say, David, what you, and then she'd just start laughing, right? Like, like, this one thing, she talks about, like, her teeth, because she's got the gap between her teeth and her lips and stuff like that. Oh, look at that little dog. It's so cute. This is a little pudgy dog, and he's just, like, walking along. But she comes out there, it must be like Valentine's Day or something in the episode, because there's all these like candy kisses like on the desk and stuff like that of this David Letterman clip. And she's talking about her lips, and he's talking about people that are getting like lip injections. And she's like, yeah, but she's like, they can't handle it. She goes, because they weren't born with the lip. She goes, they're trying to achieve a fuller lip, a more sensual lip. And then she takes a bite of this chocolate and she goes like that at the camera, and the chocolate stuck between her. That's what I'm talking about, right? Like, where you can laugh at your own like stupidity. And he says something about like, because you were born with her or something. And she goes, yeah. She goes like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. She goes, I got my tits made bigger, and look, the whole world when it fell apart. And it's like, I don't know. She has this ability to laugh at herself, but there was just something about her confidence and I think her reference to pop culture, and I just love that so much. And she introduced me to like a lot of great artists too, like Sylvester's like a huge part in that. I mean, I'm like 17 years old and I'm listening to this Without You I'm Nothing, and there's a part in there where she's talking about like, you're in a nightclub and you're in San Francisco and you've never been to a gay bar before, and all of a sudden Sylvester comes out. It's like, and it's about like somebody going to a gay bar and they've like never been to a gay bar before, and all of a sudden like, you know, and it's like in the background she's like, I'm mighty real. Anyway, but she's gonna be in the next season of White Lotus. I feel like it's very, very well deserved. I'm excited for her. So, but anyway, yeah, so last night I was like struggling so hard to find something to watch on TV. Oh well. I'll finish these up. I started The Lincoln Lawyer the other night, but then I was talking to Eric, Tanya's husband, and my neighbors next door coming home. And, oh, they're backing up into their driveway. That's going to be interesting. Nobody's ever done that that's lived there before, like backed into their garage. She's real sweet. She just waved at me. She has a lot of friends coming and going. She's very sociable. Her friend was out there yesterday though. She was like, Peter, hi, how are you? And I was like, I'm good. And so anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, so last night was really fun. Alex was with his why am I stuttering? Alex was with his mom until about 45 minutes before we left. So I started getting ready, and then took a shower. Oh, I trimmed my beard, shaved, all that kind of stuff. I'd like to do maybe like a little face mask today. So I got ready. When he came home, he got ready, and I didn't know like how dressy or how dressed up it was going to be. I mean, it's a rehearsal dinner. I've been to rehearsal dinners before that are very dressy, and I've been to rehearsal dinners before that aren't dressy at all. I kind of felt like this was going to be in the middle. The restaurant we were going to, which was Mateo's, it's on the square in Noblesville. I have never been there before. I wasn't sure if I had. I've had so many friends of mine that have worked there through the years. I've never been there before. Fantastic. Oh my God, it was fantastic. The service was incredible. The place is really cute. We had a room upstairs, but the downstairs, it literally looks like a little Italian restaurant in Chicago or New York. Like, it's adorable. So anyway, I was kind of like, I was texting like some of the husbands and being like, and they're like, I'm wearing like jeans and a button down, or I'm wearing like khakis and a button down. So I was like, okay, well, Caroline had given Alex and I these cashmere sweaters for Christmas. So I wore the cashmere sweater. I was going to wear a button down with it underneath, but I ended up just wearing like a black t-shirt. And then I wore these jeans and I cuffed them up, and I wore my my black Oxfords. They looked nice. I was probably, other than like the girls all wore dresses, other than that, like I was probably one of the more dressier guys. Some of the guys came like Some of the guys came real dressed up, and some of them not. They're having like 7 bridesmaids and 7 groomsmen. So when we all got there, Alex and I were the very first people there. The place that they're having it is really, really cool. I've like gone, like, it's on the way to our home group meeting, Tanya and I's home group meeting, and I've driven by, the camera stopped. I've driven by there so many times with Tanya through the years. I mean, like, probably like, well, I don't know what it was before. They turned it into something, but it's like this event center in Noblesville. It's gorgeous. It's like all brick, and then when you walk inside, it's got like, it's all like open and stuff like that. It's amazing. Our friends were all like, they've been to weddings there before. I had no clue. I mean, like, Tanya, like, when I go with Tanya to a meeting, like, she drives by there, like, literally every time we go to a meeting before we go get coffee. I did not know. I had no clue this was, like, an event center. So anyway, Alex and I showed up there first, and his parents were there. So we got out. I didn't know his parents, but Alex knew his parents, because Alex has been part of all this wedding planning stuff since he's officiated it. So we stood there. Alex introduced me to them. We stood there and talked to them for a little bit. And Alex was like, let's go inside. It was starting to get a little cold, so we went inside and waited for everybody. And then everybody showed up. And then, like, the bridesmaids' husbands, like, 2 of them were staying back, and, like, 3 of them were going to go to this bar. Well, I was like, Alex wanted me to take some pictures and some videos and stuff like that. But he was like, if you want to go with them, go with them. So, like, 2 of them were staying back. I'm just gonna like watch it and whatever, and then like 3 of them were gonna go. One of them ended up not even coming until later. But then they ended up going to Sid's, which Sid's is like this local bar in Noblesville, and like in recovery, it's kind of like with a lot, like my sponsor back in the day, like my sponsor that passed away that had 40 some years sober, like he would always be like when people get real shitty and, you know, he'd be like, where'd you have your last drink, Sid's? I mean, Sid's has been around for like 60 years. No, I mean, it's literally like, it says, I think I've shown it in vlogs before when I used to drive by there. It says like, it says like Sid's and like neon letters in the corner. It's literally been around for 60 or 70 years. I mean, so anyway, they're like, no, we're just gonna go. Sid's is like, oh, I've talked about it on here before, because my friend used to say back in the day, are you spiritually fit to go to Sid's? Because they have the best tenderloin, supposedly, in the world. The best tenderloin in the world, supposedly. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat tenderloins anymore, but I don't know. My mom used to love a good tenderloin sandwich. But anyway, there's the UPS guy. He went right by, so I'm not getting anything. So, and then the other guys were like, no, we're just going to stay back here because it's not going to be that long. And I said, Alex, I go, how long do you think it's going to be? And Alex was like, probably 2 to 3 hours. I was like, 2 or 3 hours for a rehearsal? And then the bride was like, we'll be out of here in like 45 minutes. I said, no, I'm just going to stay here. So I just stayed back, and I sat in the back. Actually, it was like all the wives of the groomsmen were like all sitting in the audience with their kids and stuff like that. It was fun. So I sat in the back, and I like took pictures and stuff and took videos. I posted some of them on my Instagram last night. So I got to like watch the whole rehearsal. They went through it real quick. It was really, really cool. So, they're doing like all these like culturally traditional things, and so they were like explaining it to everybody, and they're doing like the unity candle, which I've seen at like, I don't know, I've seen it like at so many weddings, and they're doing like the jumping of the broom, which I love that, and so they were explaining to like everybody like how they're going to explain that and whatever, and I don't know, it was the venue is beautiful. Everybody was, the kids for like the ring bearers and stuff, they were getting so excited. The flower girls were so excited, and they were like supposed to, because they were like, no, you have to act like you're throwing out flowers, and so they were getting real excited about acting like they were throwing out flowers. I don't know, it was really fun. I love stuff like that. I used to, you know, it's interesting, like, so much of my life, I'd be like, oh, God, I don't want to go to this wedding. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do. And, like, when I'm in the moment, like, I really do enjoy that stuff. I so do. Like, I was laying in bed with the dogs, and I was like, I don't want to get ready. I don't want to get ready. I hate getting ready for anything. Like, that's what I don't like, is getting ready. But once I'm there, like, I do have a good time. Yeah, the sound is overwhelming and stuff, and, you know, I've just kind of, like, learned to, like, when I've had, like, a lot, like, just step away for 10 minutes, take a breath, walk outside, and come back in. Like, and then I'm usually good. But I always have such a good time. It's funny because I can remember, like, when Caroline's stepson and his wife got married. God, how long ago would that have been? Oh, God, that would have been... So it was Alex's 30th birthday. They got married on Alex's 30th birthday. So he's 41, he'll be 42, so that would have been 12 years ago. Okay, so David is 25, Caroline said? That can't be right. Anyway, David was like 10 at the time. Caroline's son. And Caroline said on the way home, like... And he wasn't like a real social kid at that time, but like he had so much fun. He danced all night long and he just had such a blast. And they'd have like, you know, there was a bunch of parties leading up to it and parties leading after that we were all part of and stuff like that. And David had such a good time. And he was like, on the way home, Caroline said he started crying. He was like, Mom, can we do that next weekend and have everybody over to our house for like a dance party and stuff? And she's like, yeah, we can if you call people and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm like that. Like in the moment, I have like such a blast. Like the groom's mom last night was like, do you dance? I was like, yeah, I dance. And she was like, do you? I was like, yeah, does he dance? I pointed to her husband. She's like, he will, but she's like, I'm looking for dancing partners. And Alex was like, well, we like to dance. So yeah, it was really, really fun. But anyway, it ended up being like 40 minutes that we were at the rehearsal. It was real short. And then we all went over to the restaurant. The restaurant was Mateo's in the square. So nice. They had like a set like menu list for all of us. It was, I don't know, probably 40, 50 people. Anyway, I sat at the end of a very long, it was like 3, 4 very long tables. And I sat at the end, and then Alex was next to me. And his girlfriends and the girlfriends and the spouse were out in that way. I sat next to a couple that I did not know. It's one of the groomsmen and his wife, and they didn't really know a lot of people either, which was interesting because we started talking, and they were a little bit older, and we started talking not like 60, like they were younger than me, but they were like, you know, Alex's age, and so. Like, the 4 of us knew a lot of people. Like, we started talking. We were like, oh, my God, we know this person. We know this person. Anyway, they were super, super nice. We talked to them all night long. Dinner was fantastic. They had, like, so it's all pasta. It's an Italian restaurant. The bread was unbelievable. That UPS guy keeps on driving by here. It's not the typical UPS guy either. And he keeps on driving by here teasing me. I need some UPS in my life. Anyway, I don't think I have anything that's being delivered. No, I have like 2 books that haven't come yet. What else did there was something else that I ordered. I keep on thinking of this comment that I want to talk about on here, addressing this comment I want to talk about. Oh. My AirPods are fully charged, just in case you want to know. just got that notification. There's that car going away that I thought was Pool Crew Lady Husband's #1. That must not have been him. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's kind of like a unique car. Like, it's weird that I'm seeing 2 of them in the neighborhood. It's not like something you see every day around here. Anyway. And no, it's not a Tesla Cybertruck. I hate those. I think those are so ugly. If you own one, I'm sorry. Please don't unsubscribe to me for a second, but I hate those Tesla Cybertrucks. I think they're so ugly. I can't imagine why anybody would want to own one of those. Oh my God, a couple years ago, one of our friends, I saw him. I rarely see these people. if I can. I rarely see these people. And I was leaving I think it was when I was getting my hair cut one day. And, who is this leaving their house over here? Oh, I was wondering, there was a car in my neighbor's driveway. And I was like, I wondered who that was. His brother's visiting. How do you know? Because I've met him, and because he looks just like the griller, but probably like 5 years younger than him. But he looks just like him. So anyway, this I don't know that I would even call them friends of ours. These people that we know. But anyway, I was like looking at this Cybertruck, and what I was thinking in my head was, it was like one of those silver ones. Are they all silver? I don't know. But I was like, that car is so ugly. And he like rolled down his window and he was like, hey, I was like, oh, hey. I said something about the truck. I can't remember what I said. I probably talked about it on here. Because he was like, I said, oh, you got a new car or something like that. And he was like, yeah. He had like a Range Rover or something before. I thought, why would you ever get rid of a Range Rover, get that ugly piece of mess? Anyway, and he was like, yeah, and it doubles as a pickup truck. And I said something, I can't remember, like real smart assy. Like he didn't really pick up on it, I don't think. But I was like, well, of course you had to get it then. Oh my God. You know, I mean, I don't really ever think of cars anymore because, like, I don't drive, so I'll never own another car. So it's kind of a weird thing to think about. Like, I was never, like, a big car person anyway. Like, there were cars, like, I wanted. Like, you know, my dad's driven, like, Porsches most of his life. He has a Range Rover he drives now, but he still has a Porsche. My dad's always liked cars. I've never been, like, a person that's, like, loved cars. That, like, was that into it that I had to have, like, that car and stuff like that. In fact, years ago, when I got, what was it, Ford Escape that I drove? Do you know why I really wanted that car? Because I rented one and it had the auxiliary cord. This is before like Sirius Radio and stuff. It had the auxiliary cord in it. Like, that's the stuff that I care most about. Like, is that it would have like Sirius Radio, things like that, like, you know, a sunroof. I wasn't big on caring about the gas mileage and stuff like that, which I guess I should have been. But anyway, I never really thought that much about cars. Like, Alex and I would talk about it every once in a while. He, like, never brings it up. Like, he will probably drive Jeeps for the rest of his life. Oh, the other day he was looking at something. I said, what are you looking at? And he goes, I'm looking at Jeeps to buy. Because he leases. And he's always thinking about, like, should I buy instead of lease and whatever. He doesn't really drive that much, so leasing for him is good. And then he, you know, gets a new one every couple years. But, he loves it. He loves driving a Jeep. I mean, I'm always a passenger in it. I don't think it's the most comfortable car in the entire world. I think they're cute. To be honest with you, I don't think that, like, I think Jeeps are sexy. I don't think they're as sexy as they were 20 years ago because nobody really owned Jeeps 20 years ago. So I thought they were definitely, now you see Jeeps all the time. I think they're cute. They're not a comfort car at all. Like, the back seat is not comfortable at all. Like, and you really can't put a whole lot in a Jeep either. So, I mean, and the thing is, like, in the summer, like, Alex doesn't really take the top off in a whole lot. So, I mean, it would definitely be a better car, like, if you had a garage and you lived in Florida and you could just keep the top off all the time or something like that, or a warmer state, you know what I mean? Here, it's too unpredictable. Like, he has to put the top on every time he comes home if he does, because it could rain the next day in Indiana. But anyway, like, I would think about a new car every once in a while and be like, well, maybe I'll like this, or maybe I'd like that, or whatever. I never think about cars, hardly ever. Like, every once, even if it's, like, a really cool car, and I'm like, I can't even think of what I would think it is. Beau St. James on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills bought her 16-year-old daughter a $110,000 Maserati. I think that's ridiculous. I don't even like those Maseratis. Alex has a friend that drives that exact same Maserati. It's an SUV that she bought. That car is like, it is no different than any SUV I've been in the inside, except for that it's a Maserati. I've been in that car a couple times. It's no different than any other car, except it has like the engine of a Maserati and things like that. It's a pretty car, but anyway, so I don't really, I mean, I know I'll never own another car. I know I'll never drive again. And so it's like, why, like, I never have been somebody that really thought about cars anyway. Nikki texted me something. I'll look at it in a second. It was more like practicality, you know? The only car that I have seen, honestly, I mean, we're 2 days away from it being 4 years from the accident. It's weird. I was kind of thinking about it last night. I don't really feel I don't feel some certain kind of way about it this year. I feel like, to be honest with you, like, I carry it with me every day, that I'm sure on the 16th I'll feel some way about it. You know, sit and pray on it and stuff like that, but there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about it, you know, that I don't think about him, and I don't think about how it's impacted my life and how I impacted the lives of other people. I don't know, I just, like, I carry it with me every day, that so much has changed for me in the last 2 years that my response to it isn't the same as it was. But, yeah, like, I hardly ever see cars anymore that I think, like, if I was driving, I would have it. And I said this not too long ago, and somebody was like, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Teresa, said, oh my God, that's the car that I drive. But I like those vintage-looking Broncos that are, like, new. I think those are cute. Like, if I was still driving, like, but then I would be, this is my next thought, but, like, in 5 years, they won't look that vintage anymore. Anyway, but I hardly ever think about that. So, okay, so we went to dinner last night. They had, like, I think they had, like, 6 options on the meal. So oh my God, they had the best bread in the entire world. They had, like, 6 options for dinner, and then it was, like, the only one of them was vegetarian. And it was pistachio penne. I'm not a huge pistachio fan. I like it, but I'm not a huge fan. And I was kind of like, but it was like a set menu, and I wasn't going to be rude. The wife across from me, the couple that we met, she got the same one, but they had it, because they also had it as gluten-free. So that was like their vegetarian gluten-free. You could get it gluten-free. And she got it gluten-free. And she got like this, I don't know what it's called, the spiral pasta. Oh my God. And I was like, I wish I would have gotten mine gluten-free. But it was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. It was like kind of like an Alfredo, but like pistachio. Anyway, It was the only vegetarian one they had on there. So that's why I got it. Alex got some kind of spaghetti or something like that. It was delicious. I should have taken a picture of it. The place was so cute. I didn't take any pictures of the restaurant. I was thinking about that today when I put my picture up for Valentine's. Like, Alex and I used to take all these pictures of ourselves just, like, laying around the house and stuff like that. And Nikki texted me all these Valentine's Day from Love After Lockup. Okay, this is Aisha in Love After Lockup, and it says, I'd wait 999 years for you. Because the guy, Mikhail, that's in prison, has got 999 years. This one's this gal. Oh, is it Karen? Is it what's his face's mom? You light up my life. Happy Valentine's Day. And she's got a blunt in her mouth. Oh my God, happy Valentine's Day, the man in my life who can actually swim. So this was a gal from last season. What was that guy's name? He ended up having a baby with, I think her name was Ashley. But it was her dream to go to the beach with him. And he goes, I can't even swim. And she goes, how can I have my romance if you can't swim? Oh my God, here's the gal from Washington. Forget the candy, just send the routing number. This was Will and Courtney. Where did you find it? Find a friend that has the same stupid sense of humor that you do. They're probably on that Facebook group, and I haven't looked on there yet today. What time is it? Oh, I gotta get off here not too long. I can't keep on the block. Oh my God, the battery. Oh my God, the battery went to the halfway mark. Okay, a couple things I want to address. Some comments I want to address. Somebody asked me about the blue icon hat. Oh, this is what I was going to say earlier. Now, here is my pool crew lady number one. You know what? It was a lighter car. The other one was a lighter blue. His is darker blue. This has got to be him. Turn in or I'm losing my mind. Am I for real, like, losing my mind? Is it the same car and it went down the other way? When your life is as boring as mine is, this is the kind of stuff that you, like, wonder about. I hear a car idling down there on the street. Where'd she find it? Oh, she Googled Love After Lockup Valentine's. Well, I guess there's two people in the neighborhood that drive that car now. Anyway, okay, so I was telling the story about the baton. So Alex and I were sitting in the living room the other day. This story I started about 30 minutes ago. Alex and I were sitting in the living room the other day, right? And I had the fan out, and he was doing the, like, I just, like, got this nervous. Do you ever feel like that when all of a sudden you're like, like, oh my God. I was like, am I supposed to be there in a half an hour? 2:30. No, it starts at 4. Okay. Oh my Lord, that scared the hell out of me. Anyway, I guess it's not Pool Crew Lady's husband number one, because Pool Crew Lady number one's husband, because unless he's idling out there, I can't see him. But anyway, there is a twin out here in this neighborhood. Now I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of that mystery. So I told the story in my drama video, but I did that thing because Alex thinks it's so funny with the fan. And I go, shimmer, that my friend taught me back in the day with the baton. And he said, where's your baton? And I go, what baton? And he goes, you had a baton back in the day. And I go, no, I didn't. Like when I was 5, maybe. And he goes, no, you bought a baton here years ago. And I go, what? And he goes, you bought a baton. He goes, I remember because one day you did like a parade with Boo and Tucker and Pee Pee in the driveway and you thought it was so funny. And I was like, nah, I said this in my drama video, I'll say it here. That is something that I would do, okay? I would totally be like, we're having a parade. No, I would. It's totally something that I would do. I mean, not like every day, but like I would think that was real funny for the moment, right? So anyway, something's going on down here. I can hear cars idling right here. And now this car came down this way. Hold on a second. I gotta go look. This is driving me crazy. I'm not taking you with me. Hold on. No, that was just my neighbor on the corner. She got no mail. Okay, so Alex was like, you had a baton. And I go, I don't think I feel like I'm like losing my mind. I was like, I don't think I did. And he was like, no, I remember you bought it online, like on Amazon or sometime when you and Tanya were out or something like that. I'm like, I would do that. But I would also, and this is what I talked about, like, I can see myself being like, going through the garage, being like, oh, you don't use this baton anymore, but you might want it for a video 3 years from now, so save it, put it down in the basement. This is where batons go, in the basement. Okay, well, that basement has been so organized at this point that I've got stuff that I don't even know where to find it anymore, okay? So then it got in my head. Well, number one, I was like, well, I definitely want a baton now. And then I even kind of remembered it, like, I was like, did I buy it with Tanya? But I kind of like, my nose is running. And yes, I did take my allergy medicine, but then I was kind of like, I do kind of remember like a box coming with a baton. And then I'm like, are you making this stuff up in your head? Okay. So I don't know. Alex swears I had a baton. Then people on my drama video were like, oh no, I definitely remember you had a baton during your drama phone era. And I'm like, well honey, the drama phone era is not over. Like, let's be straight about that, okay? So anyway, then I got this comment, hold on, from somebody that said that they are a vloggerino and they have watched me forever. And this disturbed my mind so much, I just want to tell you, okay? Where are my glasses? Hold on a second. I read it like 3 times. Oh, thank you everybody for telling me to order batteries. Can you tell me again? Because I know that I'm going to forget. I won't be doing it before the wedding and then I'll forget. So please tell me to buy them again. Where is this? I want to shout this person out. Because they said they don't comment very often. Oh, Rachel, when I was talking about the medicine that you go to the hospital and you get a shot of, and I couldn't remember what it was called, and it's kind of like a country thing, like a small town thing, that like all of our friends from Seymour, like if you had a stomach ache, you go to the hospital. Finnegan, she said it on here. Rachel. All of our friends would be like, just go up to the ER, get you a shot of Finnegan. I never did. I never did. But they would say that back in the day all the time. Okay. Where is this comment now? It was about my icon hat. This comment screwed with me so bad, y'all. Where is the comment? Damn it. Okay, I feel like it was maybe a newer comment. Oh, here's somebody. Nicole said, my husband and family is from a super small town as well, and they do the same thing. They're always going to the doctor for a shot. They don't feel good. We live in Southern California. That's not a thing. It's not a thing in any. It's not a thing anywhere. It's a small town thing. You should get you a shot of Finnegan and make you fine in just 2 seconds. Okay. I'm not gonna read all these comments because I need to get off here in a second to start getting ready. I know whoever's comment it is because there was only one comment. It was about my icon hat, and they're shouting at me right now. Hold on a second. Oh, Shelly. Hey, Shelly. Fellow Hoosier. She always hashtags it, fellow Hoosier. I'm wondering something. Who proposed? I bet it was Alex. Well, Shelly, obviously, as the vloggerino of the world that you are, you've never watched our 9 million couples videos that we've done. It was me that proposed to Alex. In English and Spanish, by the way. At the end of it, I translated it into Spanish, the end part into Spanish. Oh, Shelly had a wedding of 475 people. Oh, my Lord. Where is this comment? I can even see the person's picture in my head. Oh, my God, this is going to drive me crazy. Lana said, when you said, do you wonder how our house smells like? I replied, like day-old stew. Lana, you better take a step back, okay? That is Miss Amberlyn Reed. That is not me. Where is this comment? Did somebody delete the comment? I hope they didn't. I mean, it wasn't a bad comment at all. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is from Kat. Kat said, did you just say you left the blue corduroy icon hat on the plane? Are you going senile or am I? And girl, that's a good question because now you got me questioning my own sanity. Because I swear it got stolen at the pool with your bag and phone in Vegas. No, it did get stolen at Vegas. Okay. Wait, is this a Mandela effect? Mandela effect. Okay. I may not comment a lot, but I'm a hardcore vloggerino, or maybe there were 2. Okay. If I remember correctly, it was when I was coming back, I believe from Los Angeles, but then I'm like, that would have been too long ago. So the first icon hat that I got, Am I losing my mind or am I remembering this correctly? I know somebody remembers the timeline of all this. The first Icon hat that I got in Las Vegas at the D Squared store. Alex and I went, it used to be in Crystal's Mall. They don't have it, they don't have it anymore. Actually, I just got an email this week that D Squared in Miami is closing down. The store is closing down. It's going to still be online. But did you see that Hudson Williams from Heated Rivalry was in their most recent fashion show? Okay. So anyway, so the hat that I originally got, because we went there and looked, and I was like, which one should I get, blah, 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 and I tried on different ones, and I really liked the blue corduroy one. It reminded me of this hat that my dad had from Aspen back in the day, kind of. So I got that. That was the original one. That one, I like, when I was getting out of this, I can see myself. It was like a guy at the window, middle seat, and me. I would have been flying on a plane somewhere by myself. So it would have been either going to visit Mel, or it would have been Los Angeles, coming back the second time. I think it was then. I took the hat off while I was getting my bag ready, and I put it next to me, and I walked off the plane with no hat on. Didn't even realize it for the longest time. I believe that was the first Icon hat that I lost. Well, then I got online, and I found another one on Etsy, and I bought, not Etsy, eBay, and I bought that one. That's how it, am I losing my mind? Because that's how I remember it happening, or maybe. And then the second one, this is why I was so upset when and people didn't understand why. They're like, it's just a hat. This is why I was so upset when I lost the second one, okay? Because we were in Las Vegas. Well, first of all, the burden of having to go get a phone and all that madness was a lot. I can still see myself going, because we had already met up with Koei at the mall, and I can remember that was the next day, and I was like, he was standing out there working at the chocolate shop, and we're going to the Apple store, and I passed him, and he's like, are you okay? And I go, oh my God, my stuff was just stolen from the pool in Las Vegas. And he's like, oh my God, are you okay? Do you need anything? And I was like, no, we'll figure it out. He was so sweet. So anyway, I mean, that really just upset me more because of the burden of it all. And the fact that they used my credit card, and I don't know. But anyway, but my hat was in there, okay? I'm very careful about what I put in my pool bag now. Like, I don't put anything in there that I'm not worried about losing, first of all. But people act like, it was so funny when I did that. People acted like, why do you take that stuff to your pool? Do you go to pools at resorts? People take their stuff to pools. They take their phones, okay? Most people take a credit card to charge stuff with at the pool. Because if you're not like, a lot of like, if you, like, the pools in Vegas, like if you don't have a credit card and you don't have like, if you have a room key, you have to have your photo ID to show that you are staying at the hotel in that room. I wasn't gonna lose my driver's license because then I couldn't get anywhere in Las Vegas. So that's why I had my credit card, because you can use your credit card. That's why I lost my credit card there. That's a lot of people do. I think it's so strange that I got so much backlash on that. And people are like, why did you take your AirPods, your sunglasses, your reading glasses to the pool? I feel like that's what everybody takes to the pool. If you go to a pool in Las Vegas, everybody has their phones, AirPods, sunglasses, reading glasses. I mean, everybody does. Like, that's not a bizarre thing. What's a bizarre thing is that somebody thinks it's okay to steal their bag. I usually tie my bag on this stuff. But anyway, I have my hat in there, okay? So the hat got stolen. I think the hat was thrown away as well. I think they took everything out of the bag and they threw the hat away. And the bag with the hat in away. It was just like that. It was like a small North Face bag. But anyway, that was the hat, if I'm correct, that I bought off of eBay. Well, I bought that hat like 3 years after it had come out on eBay. So I knew, I had looked several times, because I wanted to see if they had it in a different color, or maybe I should buy a second one. I knew they didn't have that hat anymore online. If you look the hat up, it'll show up, but when you go to it, that hat does not exist anymore. Like, it'll say, like, be put on a waiting list or whatever. There's no hat anywhere on Etsy, eBay, anywhere. In fact, I really honestly thought maybe somebody will try to sell it online because it was in pretty good shape. I mean, but why would they, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, that's what happened. That's what happened with the hat. But am I losing my mind? There were 2 hats, right? Well, I still have a lot of Icon hats. I shared that the other day. I have the red plaid one that I never wear. See, this one is just the most, I mean, this is an Icon hat. This is a Hot Rod Los Angeles. I actually saw this, but in black and white. I had the black and white one too, on a guy at Ultra Music Festival. That's why I ended up buying them. They don't make them anymore. But the donation of all their hats from their last round went to victims of the California wildfires. But I don't think they have these hats back in there yet. But this hat's just so comfortable. The D-squared trucker hats are so comfortable. Probably some of the best ever. The corduroy ones were just so good. I have another corduroy one. It's like, it says like effing freezing on it, but it's like cut off halfway. It doesn't even really make sense. But that's the story with the hat. Now, Kat, you're driving me crazy. Did I have 2 hats or was there just one? I swear to God. I also, like, when I left Trisha Paytas's to go, that was when I, like, did the video with Trisha Paytas. When I left Trisha Paytas's, the camera stopped. When I left Trisha Paytas's to go to the airport, and I had just bought, when would that have been? Because I had just bought this, like, this coat. It was like the black North Face that I wear out here usually. It was like that. I just bought like a North Face coat like that. And I can remember because we were standing there and she was like waiting for my car to come, and then she drove off and left. And then I went to the airport because we filmed that like right before I went to the airport. And I think I could put my bags in the back seat with me. I don't know. Anyway, it was in the trunk of the Uber and I left it in there. Lost a brand new coat. I'm really, really good about checking for that. Do you know how many reading glasses I've left in the back of Ubers and Lyfts? Because I take them out and then I lay them next to me. So before I get out of a car anymore, I always look around. I'm like, make sure I have everything. Anyway, all right, I am going to get off here now. Please list your concerns in the comment section below and I will get right on them. I'm going to get off here and I'm going to go get ready. I hope you guys are having a happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate. Hope you are having a magically amazing Saturday. And still haven't missed a day yet. And we're 6 weeks out from the beginning of the year. Haven't missed a day vlogging. And I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. Please list binge-worthy shows in the comment section below or good true crime. I don't care how old it is. I need a true crime I've never seen before. The battery's flashing at me. That means I need to go. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.